Hello, welcome to another evening of frank conversation here on Hard Copy. I'm Maupe Ogun Yusuf. It's 175 days to Nigeria's 2019 general elections, and I don't know if this has been your experience, but I have observed that in recent days, most conversations, formal and informal, seem to revolve around politics. From questions like, do you have your voter's card, to questions around the candidates that the main political parties might throw up, considering the gale of defections we've seen in recent times. Sometimes the conversations just seem exhausting, and at other times plain exasperating. But we have them anyway, and we'll continue to have them until the elections eventually come and go. My only tip for sanity at this time will be ensure you stay on the issues that affect you. That said, there are those who believe that the major political parties are two sides of the same coin and have nothing more to offer Nigeria. They think we should have other options, and in some instances have gone on to offer them. So we've seen the Nigeria Intervention Movement, the Coalition for Nigeria, the Red Card Movement, and the plethora of political parties, 23 of them newly registered. However, just when we thought our options were wide enough, we had another one coming under a banner called the Summit of the Alternatives. Are these alternatives really much of an alternative? Do they understand the traction they would have to pull to make any impact in Nigeria's political space? Tonight, I speak with one of the Director General of that summit, or one of the co-conveners of that summit, Nya-Etok. He was once the chairman of one of the many political parties in Nigeria, the Young Democratic Party, and is now the Director General of the Nigeria First Project. Nya-Etok, welcome to Hard Copy.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, I'm going to quickly read this quote.
Yeah.
There are 66 registered political parties. I mean, this figure is now outdated. They're 91 now. 91. But they lack the organizational structure, finance, brand name, and fail to challenge the incumbent on a national level. Those are words from the website of the summit which you helped organize. The numbers have gone up to 91. Yeah. And you talk about an alternative. I mean, out of the 91, or maybe let's remove 2. Yeah. So we have 89, let's say of the 89. Yeah. You're talking about an alternative to, to the major political parties right now. Yeah. How do you think that this can really come about? Do you really think that this is possible of the plethora that we have?
Okay, first let me start by commending Hard Copy. It's carved out a niche for itself, and Nigerians really appreciate the frank talks. So I think the challenge in that is that I will have to be as frank as possible. Now, the Summit of the Alternatives must be understood within the perspective or context where it was made. Nigeria has been in democracy uninterrupted from 1999 till now. The route and the route we've taken up to this point is not okay. It's not acceptable. It's not taking us in the right direction. And it so happens that only 2 parties have been involved in it.
What do you mean by the route and the route?
The approach. That's why we are the poorest country in the world today. It's obvious. APC and PDP have gone this way. And there is a methodology, there's an approach, like in your introduction. They're like the 2 sides of the same coin. And we say that it is madness to do the same thing the same way and expect a different result. So what we're doing effectively is saying, let us break, let us recalibrate, let us take an alternate route. Let us leave these people, because where they've been taking us to is not taking us anywhere. Let us get the rest of the people together, brainstorm and birth an alternative that will be able to take us in a different direction. Because up till today, as we speak, APC and PDP are doing exactly the same thing. I've been there, and I can tell you.
They're going to tell you, the APC,
yes.
Let me talk about the APC
yes.
now. They're going to tell you, we only came to existence in 2014.
No.
Yes, they have been in the States in their different fragments, before the coalition, but as a political party, they only came into existence in 2014. Yeah. Would you say that you've given them enough time?
If you carry a bottle of Pepsi, the empty bottle of Pepsi, and you pour in Coke inside that, And then he says, look, I'm called Pepsi, I'm not called Coke. You and I know that it's not about the container, it's about the content. The people in APC are the people that have been in PDP all along. With
that analogy, some people will say they know the difference between Pepsi and Coke. The people who really drink cola will tell you that they know the difference. Okay. But, you know, let me look.
But I'm sure you get what I'm saying.
I understand what you're trying to say, but then some people will say that, first and foremost, have we given our democracy enough time to mature? That what we're looking for as a country takes time. And we seem to be in a hurry. I mean, we should be in a hurry. But we should give ourselves a little more time, on the political parties, a little more time to mature. That what we will see eventually, after all, the very first time we saw a change from one party to another was only in 2015.
If I was to get into a company, what I would look at that company is the fundamentals of that company. I'll look at their governance policy. I'll look at their the codes that operate. Do they believe in excellence? Do they believe in accountability? Do they believe in best corporate practices? If they do, it's a matter of time. They will grow. I will invest in it. If I looked at another company, they were doing so well, but their corporate governance is horrible. It's a matter of time, and they will come down. So our democracy, I'm looking at our corporate governance principles, ideologies, systems, and structures, and it's wrong. So even if we continue on this route for the next 100 years, we are heading in the wrong direction, and you cannot get anything but the wrong answers, and we'll keep getting poorer and poorer and poorer. The time has come when we must sit down and be honest and be frank and recalibrate and say, look at all the boards of all the parastatals, agencies, departments that we have. What's the basis of choosing the people there? Political patronage. What do you expect from it? It can't work. It can't work. Look at all the systems. Look at the ministers. Why can't we send ministers with portfolios to Senate for proper screening? What's so difficult in doing that? No, we're not doing that. Look at our governors. Look at our senators. How many of them understand? You see, each time I look at the constituency briefing that senators have, I just feel so sick. Because a senator is a man that has 3 basic functions, okay? Lawmaking, representation, and oversight. Where is he getting all the money? A senator buys 50 cars? From where? And nobody's saying something? And they display it, and they call the television station, and they cover it. How do we expect to get laws that make sense when the Senate and the National Assembly has become a major enterprise?